Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
All right, here we go on a Thursday. Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app, Sirius XM Channel 375, and all of our great radio affiliates around the country. I'm Chris Bleck along with Adam Abdalla, broadcasting live from the great city of Chicago each and every day on the air until 3 Eastern. You can always call or text the show at 310-840-4910. How about this, Abdalla? We have made it to a night of the preseason where we have many games this evening. 6 games to watch in the NFL in the preseason. 2 of those games you can find nationally on the NFL Network. Packers and Steelers, 7 Eastern. Titans, 49ers, 9 Eastern. So your local teams, you'll be able to watch those throughout the night if you are in a market that has a team playing. 6 games tonight. But in case you don't, you have the NFL Network. You got 2 games this evening. I'm excited. There's a lot of great football for the preseason tonight. I feel like you have to clarify. For the preseason, there's a lot to pay attention to, a lot of different storylines, a couple of teams where we can have conversations about what they're expected to be this upcoming season. But 6 games tonight in the NFL.
I think there's a lot of intrigue out there. I mean, look, Joe Burrow and the starters for the Bengals are going to be starting for a little bit. I think you're going to get your first and extended look at Fernando Mendoza in a Raiders uniform. Kirk Cousins is going to get the start for however long, a drive, 2 drives, whatever it is. But you're going to get an extended look at Fernando Mendoza and what he's going to look like. And then on the other side, Carson Beck, who looked really good, is going to play, again, for an extended period of time.
Again, in the preseason.
In the preseason. But it's good to see what these players look like in their first, quote-unquote, NFL action. It's good to see these guys start to play and get in the rhythm of an NFL offense. I don't think that anybody is going to do anything to overtake any jobs. I don't think that this start is going to mean, unless Fernando Mendoza goes out and hits like 80% of his passes, goes out and throws for like 3 touchdowns, and Kirk Cousins comes out and looks like complete ass. Like, there's no way. I don't think tonight is going to solidify anything. Now, maybe if we get into the second game, maybe the third game, there's a situation where you could make a case that Fernando Mendoza he's the one guy that I think where there could be a case where, hey, tonight could be the start of a player could overtake the starter, because we know at a certain point this year, the plan is Fernando Mendoza is going to start over Kirk Cousins. He's not going to be the starter for the entire season unless by some miraculous occurrence the Raiders are in a playoff hunt.
But they haven't publicly said that, though. They're starting Kirk Cousins.
He's gonna start.
You and I assume he will play at some point. He will start.
He's going to start.
They haven't said that, though.
He's going to start. Like, there's no world where Cousins is the starter for 17 games this season unless by a miracle the Raiders are sniffing at the playoffs. There's no way. There's no way.
Was it last week that you told us on the show that you had
playoff sniffers?
You had a sniffer list.
My playoff, unless the Raiders, and I'll tell you this right now, the Raiders will not be on my playoff sniffers.
Okay, all right. The sniffer list from Abdalla.
Well, listen. NBC can have their in the hunt. Okay,
right, okay.
They've cornered the market on in the hunt.
Sure.
All right. On the Bleck Abdalla program, we need to have our own.
This is yours.
Thing.
This is
You don't want it. You don't want.
No, this is not mine.
But we could. I mean, listen.
I like saying teams that are frisky. That's what I go with.
We could get Flonase on board. We could get Nasacort on board. We could get come on, the possibilities are endless.
Come talk to me in like January and February when I'm just like battling a head cold every other week.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we live in the winter of Chicago, which sucks.
Yeah, and then you'll get on board.
Yeah, so okay, all right, I get it. Yeah, sponsorship angle, I get what you're saying here. I'm down with that. Here, Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Here's the action that you have tonight: Lions, Bengals, 7 Eastern; Packers, Steelers, 7 Eastern; Colts, Patriots, 7:30 Eastern; Cardinals, Raiders, 8 Eastern; Chargers, Texans, 8 Eastern; and then the Titans and the 49ers, 9 Eastern. So a lot of games. You mentioned that there's a lot of good matchups, intriguing situations. You know, one of them, I think there are 4 teams that are playing tonight that are kind of in the same grouping as far as looking ahead at this upcoming season with expectations, where they're at as a team as far as championship windows being open, and also some questions that are still around all 4 of these teams. And the 2 matchups are Lions at Bengals, Chargers at Texans. Lions, Bengals, Chargers, Texans. They all, theoretically, are in championship windows. They all have a lot of questions about the teams heading into this season, right? We can go down the list. Detroit, that last year was not what they expected. Mm-hmm. Can they bounce back? Can they move forward? Now we've talked at length here on the show about the Lions offense, and when Ben Johnson was there, it was rolling. Last year took a little bit of a step back. Does it get back to where it was now that they're 2 years removed from Ben Johnson leaving the Lions? You look at the Bengals. They're a team that makes a big move in the offseason defensively. Their quarterback, Joe Burrow, it feels like the clock is ticking on his time in Cincinnati. I'm a little shocked and surprised that starters for the Bengals are going to play tonight. I think that's kind of crazy. Like, I don't understand why teams are playing any starters at all. I don't think it's necessary. The only outcome that could take place is negative. For a veteran player like Joe Burrow, there is nothing that is positive that could come from tonight's action. Nothing. We already know that he's great. So the only thing that could happen is a freak injury that ruins your season. That's it. So the Bengals are a team that there's questions about this season. I also think they're a team that should compete for a Super Bowl. The Chargers, they've made the playoffs. Herbert's gotten to the playoffs. He hasn't won in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So there's questions around the Chargers, talented team. And then the Texans. The Texans' defense is Super Bowl caliber. They could win a Super Bowl with that defense. Well, C.J. Stroud allowed them to win a Super Bowl. Will he pick up his game this upcoming season? So I think those 4 teams, of the teams playing tonight, those 4 teams intrigue me the most. And I know, understanding that watching the action tonight will not answer any of those questions.
Yeah.
Right? Those questions are all end-of-season questions that I have for you. You're right. Seeing Mendoza out there for the Raiders tonight will be definitely something to watch. Carson Beck again out there with the Cardinals. But those are the 4 teams that I look at who are in action tonight that I think there are big questions about heading into the season.
Yeah, I'm speaking in more of a sense of like answers we're going to get in the immediate future. Like, obviously, there's intrigue as far as depth is concerned for these teams that you're talking about, because in order to get where those teams want to go, these are the games where you shore up the back end of your roster. Because we've seen the Bengals usually have a lot of injuries. Like these teams last year, the Lions dealt with a lot of injuries, and they weren't able to deal with those injuries. So this is where you kind of find the back end of your roster. This is where you find who's going to be your number 2 or your number 3 quarterback. This is where you figure out where the holes on your roster are going to be filled. As far as those other teams goes, this is where the development of Fernando Mendoza. This is where, the Cardinals figure out if Carson Beck is going to be a guy that they can develop for the future, or if they're going to be drafting a quarterback next year in the draft when their turn comes around, if they only win 3 or 4 games or 5 or 6 games, and see if they can turn him into something. So I think there's a lot of intrigue tonight. I do tend to believe that if a veteran player like Joe Burrow wants to go out there and get into the rhythm of a game and play for a series, that's fine. You know, like I don't want him to stand back there in the pocket and sit back there and put himself in harm's way. But if he wants to go out there and stretch and sit back there and hand the ball off a few times and then take himself out of the game, that's fine. I got no problem with that. I agree with you. Don't anybody get hurt. But I do find it okay that if he wants to go out there, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, these guys want to go out there. I find the same thing okay that Aaron Rodgers said yesterday. If Aaron Rodgers feels like he doesn't need to go out and play, then okay. Like, I'm not going to fight it either way. I'm not going to be this old school guy that's like, everybody needs to play in the preseason. Like, that's not it. I feel like it's a case-by-case basis, right? Like, young guys, new quarterbacks should go out there and get reps.
Sure.
Old veteran players, I feel like it's a case-by-case. Like, if you just want to go through the rhythm, then that's fine. Go out there and just avoid injury as much as possible.
So my cutoff, I agree with you. I think the cutoff is after year 2. So if you're a quarterback after year 2, why are you playing in the preseason?
Yeah.
Unless you're fighting for a position, right? Like if you're J.J. McCarthy, you got to get out there and play in the preseason. You're fighting for your NFL life for future, right? Yeah. Like they just named Kyler Murray the starter. You got to go out there and put some tape out there that you can actually play. But if you're Cam Ward, go out there, play a little bit in this preseason.
New system.
Next year in the preseason, Cam Ward should not be playing.
No, agree.
Drake May should not be playing. Caleb Williams should not be playing. Jayden Daniels should not be playing. Bo Nix should not be playing. And then if you're beyond that point, 4th, 5th, 6th, Hall of Fame level quarterbacks, there's no reason for them to be playing in these preseason games.
No.
Because, like, and that's my point. Like, I do understand getting some rhythm, figuring out a new offense, going through the motions. With that said, though, Abdalla, I would say I don't know if you answered my question on or maybe it's not even a question. It's just the speculation that the only thing that could happen to Joe Burrow in tonight's action could be negative outcomes.
Yeah,
because even if they look good, it's like, whew, at least we got through that preseason game and he didn't get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like the only thing that could happen is that he gets injured.
Like, look, you and I broadcast out of the great city of Chicago where the Bears play for now.
More information on that later?
Maybe. We'll see. Okay. Bears brass is supposed to talk later. There might be an announcement. We'll see. Who knows?
1:15 Eastern is when the Bears ownership and president of the team is expected to meet the media.
Who knows?
There's speculation here in the city that there could be news. I doubt that we'll get anything sufficient.
No, there's not going to be anything real,
I think it will be something where they say that they're focused on a place, which they've said now like 6 different times to the media, yet nothing's changed.
Whatever.
Okay.
I might have grandkids before they actually live, before they have a new home, before the Bears are playing in a new stadium.
You precogged that.
I'm just saying,
you can see it.
I'm just saying.
In the future.
Maybe. I don't know. The point is that Ben Johnson, the head coach of the Bears, has said he likes his starters in the preseason to go through the rhythm of a regular season game, to go out there, stretch, get the pads on, go through the motions, and maybe not play, maybe go out there for a series, have Caleb Williams hand off the ball a few times, and then leave.
Okay, I'll say this. That, to me, is different than playing.
But if you're in the game and you're just handing off the ball.
If Joe Burrow tonight rolls out there and plays 3 snaps.
That's what I'm saying.
In all 3 snaps, he hands the ball off.
That's all I'm saying.
That, to me, is not playing.
That's exactly what I said, though. That's
not playing, though.
I don't need Joe Burrow to go out there and light the world on fire for a quarter. That's not what I need. I think Joe Burrow might go out there, and I could be wrong tonight. We'll see. I think Joe Burrow is just going to go out there and hand the ball off a few times, maybe throw a screen pass or 2, and then call it a day. I think he just wants to go out there and feel the rhythm. I mean, the dude didn't play very much last year.
Feel the rhythm.
You know what I mean? Like, the dude wants to get out there and play. The dude plays. These guys want to play football. They want to play.
My point in saying the only thing that could happen is negative is if he's out there for a quarter. He's running around.
Absolutely.
He's taking hits.
I agree with you 100%, especially
if
Joe Burrow.
He has the uniform on and he's just going out to hand the ball off 3 times.
100%.
And then takes the helmet off and sets down the side and holds the clipboard for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Then that's fine. That doesn't bother me.
We're saying the same thing. We're speaking the same language.
Good, because we're hosting the same show. It'd be weird if we had two different languages taking place on one show. That'd be a tough listen if you didn't know one or the other. The Colts and the Patriots play tonight. I didn't add them into the group of the Lions, Bengals, Chargers, and Texans because I feel like the Colts especially, they're a step below the teams that are truly competing in the AFC. And I'm still not sure on New England. I feel like the range on what could happen with the Patriots this upcoming season is pretty wide. It could be they could show up and they can be as tough and good as they were last season, and Drake May takes another step, and they are a force in the AFC, or they can regress based on the tougher schedule, based on just things went their way last year, and they can miss the playoffs. I feel like the Patriots are one of those teams where it's a pretty wide range where you can find opinions that would suggest both sides heading into the season.
I find it hard to believe that the offense is going to get worse. Like, the competition might be tougher. You know what I mean? But I don't think that Josh McDaniels and Drake May, especially with the addition of A.J. Brown, are going to look worse. You got to bring the sack totals down, especially in the postseason, should they get there. And I think they will, maybe as a wild card team. I think the Bills are going to win the division. I don't think the Patriots are going to repeat and win the division. But I do think they'll make the playoffs. But I think that when a guy plays at an MVP level and is a few votes shy of winning an MVP, and you have, look, a horrible head coach, but one of the best offensive coordinators in the game, and you add a talent like A.J. Brown to that mix, I just think it's tough to say that offense is going to regress. And I know that, they had offensive line issues in the playoffs, and they should figure that out. The offensive line was good during the regular season. So,
wait, who's the bad coach? Who's the awful coach that you just mentioned?
Josh McDaniels was a horrible head coach.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you're like, he's a great OC, but he was with a terrible head coach. And
no,
I was like, who's the terrible head coach
you're talking about? He's a horrible head coach. He's a great offensive coordinator.
I get what you're saying now.
Yeah, horrible head coach, great offensive coordinator. Probably easily one of the best offensive coordinators.
He's pretty good.
So I just don't think that like that offense is going to regress. I think the defense is still going to be really good. I just think the competition is going to be harder. So they're going to be faced with tougher tests. They're going to be in closer games. They're going to be tested more. So it might look tougher. They're going to be faced with tougher games and stuff like that. But I think the offense is still going to be there. I think that Drake May is going to do a great job. He's saying all the right things in practice yesterday, saying, look, I don't keep talking about how A.J. Brown has, not been happy in certain situations, saying it's not my job to make people happy. Like, I'm just here to move the ball down the field. Like, he's saying all the right things, and I think that that's doing a great job. I agree with you. It's going to be something that I'm very interested in, but I just think they'll be okay. But the competition that they're facing is going to be much harder.
Did you notice before the show that Raj looked tired? Raj Sharon produces the show from
it's a little sluggish today.
Parts unknown in Colorado. Raj looked a little tired.
I'm going to say the emails came a little late.
Yeah,
a little sluggish today. Not going to lie.
Raj Abdalla's a taskmaster when it comes to the show, and you sent the emails a little late here in the morning.
Come on,
he was upset with you.
I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm dragging this morning.
I'm so demanding.
I'm dragging this morning. I got some bags under the eyes.
What's wrong, my friend?
We took it old school last night. We took it old school to a midnight release of Madden so I could get, and I kid you not, the exclusive Hammond, Indiana edition of Madden 27. If you're on the YouTube channel right now, you can check it out. Caleb Williams in all of his glory with the beauty of Hammond, Indiana right behind him.
Thing.
Well worth waiting at midnight in line to get this baby.
We will
never forget it.
How many other people were in line?
Guys, they didn't actually make a Madden Hammond, Indiana. This is my daughter's Bluey game. I just printed the...
Oh, my God.
Man.
I just printed
you're right.
the special edition.
That's funny.
Caleb Williams
That's funny.
You should, Raj. You should sign that, and you should. We should give that away to a
Give
listener.
that away to someone.
You should sign
Remove
that.
the Bluey game for your
remove
daughter.
the
I was
game.
gonna say my daughter would be very sad.
You
if she didn't have
should
Blue.
sign
But,
that,
there
and you
go.
should give that away to someone. That's
You have
great.
no idea how I actually wanted to have the real Madden, and then when the Indiana story broke last night that we were texting about, I was like, I have a little idea here. So yeah, there
That's
you go. There's
great.
your Hammond,
That's awesome.
Indiana edition
funny.
of Madden. It's got the smoke. It's got the
the
torn down
smokestacks.
homes.
Hammond,
Yeah.
Indiana. Yeah.
The only thing they didn't have time to do is because the team is going to be being renamed to the Indiana Bears. Learned
Sure.
about that
Yeah,
yesterday.
okay.
Was
All
to
right. They will.
put an
All
eye
right.
on the
All
helmet.
right.
But yeah, there you go, guys. That's
All
the
right.
Hammond, Indiana Madden cover right there.
If I remember over the weekend, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there is a mural in Chicago in the West Loop
Yeah,
for Caleb Williams.
I've seen it, yeah.
For the game.
I've seen it online.
And
yeah.
I saw it the other day. I know where it's at. It's on Halstead in the West Loop. I was going to go by and take a picture for Raj because it's a Madden mural of Caleb Williams. I mean, listen, the guy wins one playoff game, and we're putting up murals around the city for him. Like that. That's how desperate we are for a quarterback and a Bears team to finally be good.
Look, man, and you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna leave. They're gonna go to Hammond, Indiana,
To the smokestacks.
the smokestacks and the casinos of
Right there,
Hammond,
the beautiful
Indiana.
background of
Oh, yeah.
Madden, the
Well,
smokestacks.
and I know when we drove to the Final Four, we took a picture of the area that the stadium would be if they moved.
That's how we got the backgrounds.
And Raj was like, that's where they would go, and we're like, yep, that's
man.
where they're saying. That's where they want to go.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's whoa, geez, Abdallah, disgusting.
Well, compared
There's
to the
good people that live down there.
listen, compare.
good Bleck and Abdallah listeners.
I'm not saying. I'm
the
not.
hell are you
I'm,
doing?
I'm not saying that they're bad people.
Disgusting.
I'm just saying that
Raj,
the
did you
smoke,
hear him say it's
I heard him say
I'm
disgusting?
just saying
I
that
heard
the
disgusting.
smokestacks compared to the skyline of Chicago, the
Wow.
smokestacks,
Disgusting.
the smokestacks. I'm not saying the people.
Elitist.
I'm saying that the
Adam Abdalla.
smokestacks. I'm not a fan of the smokestacks.
He's not a fan of blue
Not a
collar
fan.
people.
I love the people.
Well,
Hey,
shout out to
hey.
the aggregators as that was going viral last
Yeah.
night for somebody made this real quick, and that's what gave me the idea of
Hey,
letting
I've
you
got
guys
family
check
in
out
Indiana.
That's
I'm not
awesome,
saying that the
Raj.
people
That
of
edition.
Indiana.
There
I
you
just don't
go.
like the
Great.
smokestacks. That's
Just
it.
don't actually put the Madden disc in because you'll be
Yeah.
walking around with
You'll be
Bluey and
walking with
Bingo
Bluey.
and
Yeah.
Bandit. Or maybe you want to play it. It might be more fun than that. I don't know.
Check out our YouTube channel, Bleck and Abdallah Show. Like and subscribe, and you can see Raj pop in from parts
Hey.
unknown in Colorado. Did you see that Jayden Daniels is upset at LSU? We'll tell you about that and why coming up next.
There's still two QB battles ongoing. In Cleveland, it's Deshaun Watson or Shedeur Sanders. And Atlanta's between Tua Tagovailoa or Michael Penix Jr. When the starter's named, we'll let you know. Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
Is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
You know, sometimes I wonder if I set the bar too high as a sports fan. You know, growing up, like you think about like great athletes, great teams, celebrating those great players, those great teams as history goes on. And sometimes I wonder if like I'm in the wrong because we've now entered an era where like every player needs to be celebrated to the max at all times. We got to retire all these jerseys. We got to celebrate all this stuff. And like sometimes the jersey retirement ain't worthy for the player. Like some teams are just doing it so they can have a special night during the season.
Yeah.
You know, like or a special giveaway.
Yeah.
And it's like, to me, growing up, I thought the retirement of jerseys was like an iconic player for the franchise.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so there's a story now. Jayden Daniels is upset at LSU. His attorneys sent a cease and desist to LSU for his name, image, likeness, all kind of relating to his jersey, the number 5, that he wore at LSU. And he's upset that LSU has given out his jersey to a new player, sophomore cornerback DJ Pickett, will wear number 5 this year for LSU. Mm-hmm. He's a good football player, too. Expected to be a really good corner.
First of all, what a great last name for a corner.
Yeah, Pickett.
Oh, my God.
Of course.
Oh, my God.
Pickett for 6. Boom.
What a great last name for a cornerback.
Yeah. So Jayden Daniels is upset because they've given the jersey to someone else, even though at LSU, the number 5 jersey is not retired.
No.
So am I setting okay, Jayden Daniels won a Heisman at LSU.
True.
And a part of this story, and the story's up on ESPN.com, is that Jayden Daniels feels disrespected by LSU because he's not getting the same treatment that Joe Burrow got at LSU.
But,
sir, Joe Burrow led an undefeated team to a championship.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you won the Heisman Trophy at LSU in Baton Rouge, as did Joe Burrow.
Individual award.
But Joe Burrow is a part of, arguably, the greatest college football team to ever exist.
Yeah.
And offensively, the numbers that they put up,
insane.
We've never seen that before.
Insane.
So am I setting the bar too high where I think Jayden Daniels is just ridiculous for thinking that LSU owes him something by not giving out his number, even though it's not retired? Or is this just the way things go now where if you played great for one season for a school as a transfer kid, you just get your jersey? All jerseys are just always, you can't use them again. Like, I don't understand this from Jayden Daniels' perspective. He's upset he's not getting the Joe Burrow treatment, yet he didn't win a national title. Like, I'm missing this. Wasn't Jayden Daniels on the team that had a big game to open the season against Florida State, and they got their ass kicked?
I believe so.
Like, what are we talking about? I don't understand this. Is this just today's current athlete thinking that they're all better than everyone else, and so that everyone owes them something? I don't understand.
I'm hoping that this is his people, his lawyers, looking at a chance to gain profits and not him sitting around, 20 some odd days before the season starts. 27, I believe, if we're doing the summer of football countdown correctly. Before the season starts, thinking about this and saying, man, this incoming sophomore is wearing my jersey and my jersey's not retired and I'm being disrespected, even though we didn't, raise a trophy, raise a banner at LSU. Didn't really accomplish anything. You didn't accomplish anything at LSU. You didn't win anything. You won a Heisman, individual award. You didn't win anything. You didn't lead your team to anything. Joe Burrow accomplished so much more by leading his team to a historic national championship. Now, look, if you want to go to the school and say, hey, don't use my name, my image, my likeness.
That's fair.
To promote things unless I'm getting a cut. Like, don't put my name on stuff. Don't put my image on stuff unless I'm getting a cut. It's a little petty, but I get it. I understand. That's fine. You want to get your cut, whatever. But to say don't give my jersey number to someone, I also believe, as someone who is a soccer fan, like, you also want to wear, like in soccer, a number is handed down to the best players. Lionel Messi wears number 10 and Cristiano Ronaldo wears number 7. So usually, if you're on a team and you're wearing number 10 or you're wearing number 7, it usually means you're one of the best players on that team.
Well, it also goes back to the numbering of where your position is at.
Exactly, too. But my point is,
usually the best player is the player who's playing the number 10 position.
Exactly, that's my point. But like, you're not just going to be like that's a good number.
But like, it's different. Like, if football in American football, if quarterbacks were all number 5,
yeah,
like every quarterback, that's position 5. So that's why quarterbacks wear number 5.
Exactly.
That's what it's like in soccer.
But little kids want to wear
10.
number 10 because Messi wears 10.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, that's why little kids want to wear 10.
I mean, why does LeBron James wear 23?
Think about it. even though 23 is retired for the Bulls, obviously, no one in the Bulls organization is going to wear 23. Other players around the NBA want to wear 23 because of Jordan.
The Bulls, and didn't the Miami Heat retire Jordan's number?
They did, yes. The Miami Heat also have 23 retired, yeah.
That's why LeBron was 6 down there.
Yes, he was, yeah.
So
it's just...
you're good when you beat a team so badly they retire your number.
So to me, it's weird. I wouldn't have, like...
So am I? Am I setting the bar too high to suggest that like those who get their numbers retired need to be of like an elevated level?
No, it's weird. And if they came to him and said, "Hey, we're putting you in our Hall of Fame. We're putting you."
Oh, that's different. That's different. If his number was retired, no player should wear that number again.
Of course, but it's weird for him to send a cease and desist. Like, of all the players, too, Jayden Daniels is supposed to be Mr. Nice Guy. Like, he's supposed to be this model of, I'm Mr. Team, I'm Mr. Nice Guy. And now, this completely ruins your name, image, and likeness.
Was the photo that was going around camp, was that a real photo? His mom at camp? Did you see that photo that was going around? I fear that it was not a real photo. Did you see this? Throughout training camp with the Commanders?
No.
His mom was there? Because isn't his mom is his representation? Like, isn't she acts as his agent?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you know the photo I'm talking about where she was like carrying her on his back?
Yeah, I see it. I see it now.
Was that a fake photo?
I don't know. I'm not going to confirm nor deny.
Do you see it, though?
I see it.
It looks like a real photo. I don't believe it, though.
I don't believe a lot of things I see on the internet because of AI.
That's what I mean. It could certainly be fake.
It could very much be.
But I feel like at the start of camp, people were talking about that. You know, the other thing I would add to the conversation is per LSU's football website, number 9 is not retired.
Yeah.
That's Joe Burrow's number.
Mm-hmm.
So he's upset that he's not getting the same treatment as Burrow. Burrow doesn't have his number retired. There are only a few numbers that are retired per LSU's website. It's number 20, 37, 21, 4, and 7.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think he has much of an argument here. I think it's kind of crazy to assume a team's not going to use the number again. And to Abdalla's point, like in soccer or other great NFL situations or players like, here's another good example, right? Like when the great player passes the number down to someone, like that's something that creates a tradition.
Yes. I think at LSU, it's not retired, but it's like wink, wink, retired. Like no one's currently wearing number 9.
Okay. But that being said, it's 5 is not retired. Like you don't want someone to wear 5 because you want to be like Joe Burrow. You also didn't win a national title.
Exactly.
And that's what like I don't get. And I think like that's where if we're talking about players who deserve retirement of the jersey, like what's the threshold? Like, don't you feel like that should be required? Like a requirement is to win a national title?
Yeah. Yes. If you want your number retired at a school,
or are we just like if you make an all-star game, you get to get a retired jersey? You have to win a
championship to have your number retired. I feel like in college football, like what are we doing?
So that's the story. Jayden Daniels informed LSU that can no longer use his name, image, or likeness, according to a August 5th letter sent to Tigers athletic director, which was obtained by ESPN on Wednesday. The jersey has not been retired by the Tigers, but there is a player that will wear number 5 for the first time since Daniels left the program. That player will be sophomore cornerback DJ Pickett, and he will wear number 5. The story also mentions that DJ Pickett, when he agreed to go to LSU, was promised by Brian Kelly that he could wear number 5.
He's still wearing number 5. Like that's the story still says he's still wearing number 5.
And if you're LSU, I wouldn't change.
No.
Too bad, so sad, I guess. Like if you really want to be that upset over it, like how about this, Jayden Daniels? Support DJ Pickett. Become Pickett's number 1 fan.
Absolutely.
Promote him on social media.
What are we doing here?
Like there's nothing stopping you from supporting a kid who's now going to wear your jersey, and hopefully DJ Pickett turns into a great corner, makes the NFL, and boom, now the number 5 has a legacy.
Why are you trying to burn your bridges with LSU? I don't understand this. It seems very petty.
It does. It absolutely seems
extremely petty just because Joe Burrow is getting more respect from LSU. He won a national championship. He's part of one of the best teams ever, not just in LSU history, in college football history. Like, what are we doing? What's going on? Are we crazy here?
What's going on?
No, and that's why I wanted to bring it up on the show. If you want to join the conversation, you can call or text us at 310-840-4910. What do you think about Jayden Daniels telling LSU that they can't use number 5, even though it's not retired anymore? You can always text the show at 310-840-4910. Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. We have very, very bad news for a team that Abdalla said could have the greatest opening in the history of the NFL. When the coaching searches were going on, you said that this opening was the best opening in the NFL. You stressed that to us extensively here on the show. Big spot for a head coach to get his gig. But we have bad news for him, and we'll explain that coming up next.
The Field of Dreams game is tonight.
People will come, Ray.
Twins-Phillies on Netflix from the middle of a cornfield in Iowa.
That's my corn out there. You guys are guests in my corn.
2 teams in the playoff hunt with Kevin Costner watching on.
Okay, you must have heard that.
Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
Abdalla, we have bad news for a head coach and a team that you thought you were high on this team in the offseason. The Tennessee Titans, they have been a part of hosting joint practices with the 49ers in Santa Clara next to the electrical substation. This is not good. Not good news for the team that you thought would be a team that would surprise people this year in the NFL. Why would they go practice that close to the electrical substation in the background, lurking, just keeping its eyes on the situation in the San Francisco 49ers? Why? Robert Saleh used to be there. Mm-hmm. He coached there. Mm-hmm. He should know.
Mm-hmm. Not worried about it. Not concerned. Not concerned.
That's it?
Not concerned. Yeah, they're in and out. They got a month till the regular season starts. Not worried about it.
Tonight, Tennessee and San Francisco play 9 Eastern, and they have been holding joint practices throughout the week leading into the game. Some of the teams, the way it kind of works out is the joint practices are the main show. That's the main course. Mm-hmm. If you get a chance to go in person to see a joint practice, that's where you get the starters playing. That's where you get teams trying ones-on-ones. The preseason games, those are for the backups, really, at this point. But those joint practices, and the Titans have been there this week practicing next to the electrical substation. Abdalla, and you picked Robert Saleh. You said this offseason that Saleh going to the Titans, that's the best gig in the NFL.
Yeah, I said that before the Bills and the Ravens and the Steelers jobs were open. If you remember correctly,
I don't remember anything.
You have to add that part in to the equation. If you remember that part correctly.
I'm only half listening to the show.
Yeah,
I listened to the good parts.
Yeah, you remember that was only when the Cardinals job, the Raiders job, the Browns job, all those bad jobs were open.
Are you nervous for Cam Ward or Carnell Tate for the time that they spent there?
I mean, I hope they don't play a lot of time. I don't think they need to play that much time in tonight's preseason game.
No, I'm talking about being next to the substation.
No. I think Robert Saleh knows. Okay. I think he's a veteran in this game. I think he knows to not put their ligaments in danger. I think that they'll be fine. Play a little bit of time, get on that plane, and get the hell out of Dodge before the substation eats any more ligaments. The way it's been just taken. Plus, I feel like the substation has a taste for 49ers.
Oh, yeah, the flavor?
Yeah.
That's what they're going for?
Yeah, it enjoys the flavor of the 49ers.
San Francisco treat.
Yeah, it does love the San Francisco treat. It does love that rice-a-roni.
It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. The San Francisco treat, the rice-a-roni. Here on the show, now it's time for NHTSA's tailgating traditions. Whether you get pulled over or get into a crash, drinking and driving will change your whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA. Today's tailgating tradition, Abdalla, let's talk burgers. Let's talk smash burgers. All right. I have a couple of tips for you if you are planning for this football season. If you're tailgating at a stadium, maybe you're just in the backyard grilling. Hell, at times, I used to live near Soldier Field, and we would tailgate in my kitchen, and we just walk over.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a different vibe, but you have everything that you need in the kitchen right there. So wherever you're at for this football season, if you're planning on going outside and grilling, or if you're cooking inside, getting ready to watch some football, a couple of tips for the smash burgers. One, if you're fancy and you have one of those Blackstones, the flat tops.
Yeah.
Like that's the way you want to do it. Or if you just have a regular grill, bring like a cast iron skillet and put that on the grill, because you need to try and find a way to create the crust. That's the smash burger.
Yes.
It's like you put the burger patty in the cast iron skillet and you press it down and you let it caramelize and create that crust on the burger. Two other tips for you, Abdalla.
Okay.
One, if you're someone that wants bacon on your burgers, I know you can't have the bacon on the burger.
I don't dine on swine.
I do, though.
Yeah.
Bacon gets messy. Cook your bacon either the day before and just reheat it, or the morning of.
Okay.
Like, don't mess around cooking your bacon at the tailgate.
You can heat it up there.
Have the bacon ready to go. Put it on the flat top while you're cooking the burgers to heat it back up.
Yeah.
Right? Like don't waste your time with that.
Yes.
If you're looking to put a burger sauce on the burger. Now, personally, I just go ketchup, mustard on my burger. I think a great pickle adds to the burger. But if you're looking for a burger sauce, every place has their, quote, special sauce. It's all the same, right? And you can eyeball the ingredients. It's mayonnaise, it's dill pickle relish, it's ketchup, mustard, onion powder, Worcestershire sauce, and salt. That's it. Every special burger sauce. Everyone has their own special sauce, right? Like, I know In-N-Out has a burger sauce that they put on, slop all over everything.
Yeah.
People are into the sauces. That's what the burger sauce is. Mayonnaise, relish, ketchup, mustard, Worcestershire sauce, salt, onion powder. That's it. So those are my tips. If you're looking to do smash burgers for your tailgating tradition, I think those are some good tips to look at.
All right. My 3 tips for you are you got to go burger, cheese, burger, cheese. You got to have cheese in between the 2 burgers.
Okay, I like that.
You can't just go, because smash burgers, you're not just having one burger patty.
Yeah,
You got to
you
go
get 2.
double patty.
Double it
and
up.
so you can't just have burger on burger. You got to have cheese in between the 2 burgers. So you got to have something separated. You got to have separation of burger and burger.
Good tip.
So you go burger, cheese, burger, cheese. I also, since you got the skillet going or you got the flat top going, I like to caramelize the onions a little bit.
Yeah, that's a good
Not
call.
even too much.
Good
Like,
call.
even if you don't like caramelized onions, heat up those onions just a little bit, put a little pepper, put a little bit of salt on them, put those on there a little bit, and then also you got the bun. Ideally, you're using a brioche bun.
Yeah.
Ideally, you're using a brioche bun. You've got to put a little bit of toast on that bun. Put a little bit of butter if you can, a little bit of something on the bun. Put it on the grill.
Yep.
Ideally, after the onion. You get a little bit of flavor on the bun, then you put it on the burger. That's the best way to go.
Love it. I mean, nice buns.
Got to have good buns.
For your burgers.
Gotta have good buns at the
Some people
at the tailgate.
What you would say is with the onions on the flat top, put the onions down first and then smash the burger into the onions, and then it all
absolutely.
kind of comes together. So there you go. NHTSA tailgating traditions here on the Bleck Abdalla show. We're talking about smash burgers today. Whether you get pulled over or get into a crash, drinking and driving will change your whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Did you see that the $1 billion Powerball ticket was sold in Illinois?
Oh, so
in Illinois.
We're splitting it, right? You got it for me?
I did not buy a ticket.
You, me, Raj, Roy, 4 ways. We're splitting it up.
I would if I bought one and if I won.
Okay, he's got it on record, guys. You heard it. If he ever wins, if he ever
I would
wins,
split.
we're
I would
splitting
split
it.
Yeah. I will never win it because I don't buy lotto tickets.
Yeah, it's also was sold like 5 hours down south from the city of Chicago.
Quincy, Illinois.
Quincy,
which
Illinois.
is about 5 hours west of Chicago.
Okay.
About 2 hours north of St. Louis.
Woof.
Right on the border of Illinois and I believe Missouri. That's how far away it is.
That's how far, man.
Quincy, Illinois.
It's
$1
never
billion Powerball.
It's never in like a major city.
No, never.
It's
that's
always
why
in,
I would never play it because I know realistically I'm never going to win the Powerball.
It's never in like some small like town. It's always in like a small town. It's ever like there's small pop-up lottery winners in this major cities, but the big billions never here.
Did the Browns give us a clue on who will win the quarterback battle? That's next.
This is Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
That's right, Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app, Sirius XM, Channel 375, and all our great radio affiliates around the country. I'm Chris Bleck along with Adam Abdalla on the air until 3 Eastern, live from Chicago. Did the Cleveland Browns give us a clue yesterday on who will be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns? Because, I think when we look at the conversation, one of the biggest storylines in training camp to this point is with Cleveland and their quarterback battle taking place between Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders. And so coming up on Saturday, Deshaun Watson will get the start in the first preseason game for the Cleveland Browns. Todd Monken talked about it yesterday. Is this a clue that this is the way it will go for the Browns?
I think it's going to be tough for Shedeur Sanders to come back if Watson plays well on Saturday against the Bears. Now, if Watson looks really bad against live action, we don't know if Chicago is going to be playing starters. I don't even know if it matters if the Bears are going to be playing defensive starters or not. If Watson goes out and plays well, we know that Shedeur and Watson have kind of gone back and forth. It's been kind of a roller coaster of camp. One day they'll both look great. One day they both will look bad. It's kind of been off and on for both of them. Now, if Watson goes out and plays well, and then Shedeur comes in and also plays well, I think that you can just kind of follow the money. You know, like they're paying Deshaun Watson a bunch of money. I think at a certain point, both quarterbacks are going to get to start throughout the regular season anyway. We've seen Deshaun Watson try to play in the regular season in the last however many years, 4 years, 5 years. It hasn't been good. So to me, it doesn't really matter. But I think by Watson starting the first preseason game, it means that he's ahead. It means that he's got a better grasp of what Todd Monken is trying to do, his system. And I think his system is a better fit for Deshaun Watson than it is for Shedeur Sanders.
I think it says more about just the way these two quarterbacks are coming into this situation, because I think what would happen is if it was flipped, if it was reversed, if Sanders got the first start, I think that would be a message that he's in the lead in this quarterback battle.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's Watson, you could also paint the picture, which the Browns are, that it's still an open quarterback competition with Watson starting on Saturday. Sanders will start the second game, and they don't know who the starter is at. That, to me, is believable.
Mm-hmm.
If it was flipped, I feel as if Watson would be on his way out.
Yeah, and Ben Johnson's meeting the media right now in Chicago and just said a number of starters will not play on Saturday. That includes Caleb Williams will not play. So it's going to be Deshaun Watson against a bunch of backups. So
they don't, Chicago's mindset, they don't really play starters in the preseason. They do their work in the week, and if there's joint practices, that's what they treat as the ramp-up games.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be Watson against twos. Shedeur next week will likely go against twos for the most part in his outing there for the Cleveland Browns. And I think it would say more if Sanders was starting. He's not. I think Watson will get every opportunity to be the starter, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah. I would imagine you will see Shedeur Sanders at a certain point. You know, like, I don't want to pinpoint a week, but looking at their current schedule, I don't think they have they do have a Thursday night game, week 4. So they've got a 10-day off period. You get like a mini bye. So if Watson comes out and looks really bad, you've got a point there. Maybe after the bye week, but their bye week isn't until week 11.
I don't even think you need to look at production on the field. Just look at the last time he played 16 games.
Yeah.
You have to go back to 2020.
Exactly.
With Houston.
Exactly.
16 games for Watson. He played 6 in 2022. He played 6 in 2023. He played 7 in 2024. That's the last time he's played.
Mm-hmm.
Did not play last year.
Mm-hmm.
So to assume he will run through an entire NFL schedule healthy, let alone factoring in whether or not he's successful, I think is unlikely at this point of his career.
Well, and I also think that Todd Monken, from what we've heard and seen from him so far, he probably doesn't even need a bye week or a 10-day period. He's probably just going to be like, Watson's out, Shadour's in. It'll happen during a week. He'll just say, Watson's out. We got to see what Shadour can give us. Here he is. It's time for him to go in. And that'll be what happens.
Monken might be a wild card dude, and he might just do it mid-game.
I was just trying to get a sweet haircut.
Yeah, sweet haircut, man.
I was just trying to get a sweet haircut.
Well, I don't think this team is going to be anywhere near competing. You trade away Myles Garrett, you get Jared Verse back. Jared Verse is a good player. He's a great player, but he's not Myles Garrett. The defense is going to be really good, but the offense is going to be nowhere keeping up. They're going to be a low-scoring team their defense is going to keep them in games, but I just don't think they're going to be able to put up points. We saw what Shadour Sanders was capable or incapable of. He's at the bottom of almost every single metric as far as quarterbacks went last season. And either way, you're seeing the way this is going to go. We had Linnell Willingham on. He joined us last week earlier this week, as he went to Browns camp last week and said that from what he saw and what people were saying at Browns camp, that Shadour Sanders looked closer to being the third-string quarterback than the first-string quarterback. So you see what's going on. And by looking at that report and what people are saying in Cleveland, we know it's going to be Deshaun Watson. It's just, I'm surprised that it's taken this long for Monken to just name him the starter. Just say he's the starter.
So am I. And I feel like the reports have kind of leaned heavily towards Watson being the better player throughout camp. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app hanging out with you. If you want to join the conversation, you can always call or text us at 310-840-4910. We were talking earlier on the show about Jayden Daniels sending a cease and desist for his likeness, his image to LSU.
Mm-hmm.
He's upset that there's going to be a player this fall wearing the number 5 jersey at LSU. He wants no one to wear number 5 anymore. DJ Pickett will wear number 5 for the Tigers this year under Lane Kiffin and his first run at LSU. A couple of texts have come into the show, Abdalla, for this. 336 text the show. It's not his jersey, it's a number. That's how I feel as well.
It's not wrong.
Chad in California texts the show from the 209. He says, I'm with you guys. I think if your number is going to get retired, then you needed to be a legend for that franchise on and off the field. And if championships were won in college, you're only there for a few minutes. So I wouldn't retire anyone's number unless you're going 4 for 4 in championships while in college. That's a high bar. You got to win 4 championships in 4 years in college to get your jersey.
These guys don't play 4 years.
Well, I would say to Chad's point, texting in the show from the 209, to Chad's point, in today's age of college football, college basketball, college athletics, because of the transfer portal, don't be bent that the school doesn't want to hold your jersey back when you were there for a season or 2. Now, if you're someone like Andrew Luck and you're going to play multiple seasons at Stanford and you're going to be a Stanford lifer, that's different to me.
Yeah.
Right? I understand to some extent, with USC, they retired Caleb Williams' jersey.
Yeah.
only there for a couple of years. He was also at Oklahoma. Like, in this day and age, most big-name quarterbacks bounce from school to school. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of that's going on around college football. Look at last year with Indiana. Fernando Mendoza. Mm-hmm. He was at Cal for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And they transferred. His best play was at Indiana. Will the Hoosiers eventually retire his number? Probably.
Well, look, I saw
number one pick, Heisman Trophy, national title. He probably will get his jersey retired. But it's weird because, like, take, for example, Arch Manning has stayed at Texas. Mm-hmm. If Arch wins a national title or wins the Heisman, and he only played at Texas, that to me makes more sense.
Absolutely.
Or like his uncle, Peyton, only at Tennessee.
Makes sense.
That makes sense.
Absolutely.
But with these guys that are bouncing around from school to school to the best opening quarterback position because they don't want to compete for a job where they're at.
No.
I don't know if you have as much of an argument with that.
Like Raj asks us, what if you're a remarkably good player at a school that doesn't have a great history? So I saw today that Cincinnati is going to put Jason Kelce in their Ring of Honor. I don't know if that means they're retiring his number also, but he's going to into their Cincinnati Hall of Fame, their Ring of Honor. Like, that's deserved. You know what I mean? Like, he was a walk-on.
He's one of their greats.
He's like a walk-on linebacker there. He converted to an offensive lineman. Like, Cincinnati's not winning a national championship anytime soon. Like, that makes sense for that school. There's levels to.
Yes, I agree with you.
This.
LSU
you know
has a history.
Yeah, like Cincinnati's not going to be in a national championship game. That's as good as they're going to get. You know, that makes perfect sense.
I'm trying to look it up because the name that popped into my head when you said that, like schools that haven't accomplished like the different levels.
Yeah.
Is Ryan Leaf's jersey retired at Washington State?
I don't know.
Because like I associate Ryan Leaf and the great play that he had for the Cougs.
Yeah.
Like that he is someone, he took them to a Rose Bowl. Like that's a pretty great accomplishment for Washington State. Mm-hmm. Right? Like you're right. There's a lot of those spots around college football. I don't think LSU is one of them. That's what
Ryan Leaf's number is not retired.
Okay,
at
so
Washington
Ryan Leaf
State.
not
they have
retired at Wash
two
State.
players retired: a center from the 20s, Mel Hine, and a quarterback from the 70s, Jack Thompson.
Okay, yeah, 7 and 14. I see that now. Yeah,
Yes.
Mel Hine. See, Raj, Mel Hine, quite a player.
But this
player.
goes to Abdalla's point earlier on Joe Burrow. No one has worn 16. So it's not officially retired, but it's
like a
wink, retired. Just like 11 is for Drew Bledsoe at Washington State. It is not officially retired, but it's wink retired.
It's
And
like
it seems
here
like
in
that
Chicago.
Was,
Derrick Rose wore number 1, and then
The Bulls tried to give it out,
the Bulls
and people lost their damn minds.
People went nuts.
So then the fan base bullied the Bulls into, pun intended, into retiring Derrick's number.
Yeah, and like a player had to give the number back.
Which I think that's a...
He got bullied on social media, and he was like, fine, guys. I'll give it back. Sorry.
Right.
You know, it's... I think what that is, because I think based on my standards for retiring a jersey, Derrick Rose won an MVP, but the team fell short.
But it's different between football and basketball. Basketball treats retiring your jersey like football does a Ring of Honor. Like there's levels to it. In football, they have Ring of Honor. Jersey retirement is for like the elite of the elite. But in basketball, they retire jerseys like that's basically Ring of Honor. Like that's sort of how they do it.
There's a new report, too, that Jayden Daniels has apparently asked LSU to return their copy of the Heisman Trophy to him.
Wow.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Something that LSU has said.
What did they say?
They said no, but I was going to say something else that LSU fans say to people.
Wow.
Keep walking, buddy.
Something that involved a certain part of a tiger.
Oh, the LSU tiger. Okay, all right.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they wrote back no, but they spelled it like Neaux.
No. It was going to be something to a certain part of a tiger.
I know.
Part of a tiger.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Text from the 916. Hey, what's up, guys? Raider Sean here. Shout out Raider Sean.
What's up, Raider
my
Sean?
man? He writes, I'm sorry, LSU didn't even retire Joe Burrow's number, and he actually won them a title. Oh, by the way, he won a Heisman as well. It's not, let's see, it's the LSU Tigers, not the LSU Jayden Daniels. Get out of my face. Case closed, number 5. It's not yours, Bubba. That's a great text.
Bubba's
Raider
awesome.
Sean, that's outstanding. Shout out. That's great.
I mean, you want your it's also a copy of the Heisman, right? Like you have one and the school has one.
Yeah. Well, and so yeah, they've got two, right?
Yeah.
Like you get one and the school gets
Yeah.
one, and it's like I think they do that with championship trophies too.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, it happens, but yeah, he wants the trophy back. He wants their copy back. Okay,
Come on,
buddy.
man. What are we doing?
What's
going on?
Well, that's why I brought it up, because I wonder, like, are we just old and outdated?
No, this is
what's going on.
Like, do young kids?
A weird story.
Do young kids see this and be like, "Yeah, he's great, number 5. That's Jayden Daniels. It's his."
I
What?
have not seen a single
Like, dog, really?
person.
What are we doing there?
Online say, and we haven't gotten a single text message or response saying good for Jayden.
Like, you know how ridiculous this sounds to me is. Let me look up his number because I want to be right. The number. It would be as ridiculous as if. What is his number? Pause momentarily. It would be as ridiculous if Johnny Manziel was like creating a stink now that Texas A&M is now allowed to use the number 2.
Mm-hmm. Didn't win anything.
It's.
Individual,
he was great.
Got a Heisman individual award.
Great player.
Didn't win anything.
At A&M.
Yeah, but didn't win anything.
By the way, Texas A&M does not officially retire numbers. However, they do not issue the number 12 because, their whole 12th man thing.
12th man.
Yeah, and shout out. I mean, that looks like one of the best college atmospheres.
That makes sense, though. Like, that's a cool thing.
Football. Yeah,
that's a cool thing.
It's a very cool thing.
It's hard to retire numbers in football, too. You got so many guys on the team. You start retiring numbers, you run out of numbers.
Multiple numbers.
Well, right. And that's the funny part is that not only do they need the numbers, they also have multiple players wearing the same numbers.
When I looked at the LSU football roster to see if anybody was wearing, LSU has 2 number 1s. They have.
I was going to say, do they troll Jayden and give somebody else number 5? So there's 2 number
8s. They have 2 number 10s. They have 2 number 11s, 2 number 13s, 2 number 15s. Like, they have 2 number 19s, 2 number 21s, 2 number 22s, 2 number 23s, 2 number 20. I could go on. They have 2 of everybody.
There was a what's so funny is last year with USC, there was a player who was on defense. He was wearing the same number as a player on offense, but he was also a special teamer. So there was the off chance that those 2 players could be on the field at the same time because of special teams. And so do you know what college teams do in that situation? They had like an extra baggy jersey on the sideline. So when they would both play special teams, the one would have to run over and put the big extra large
they had
jersey
to fit over the helmet
with
and the pads.
with a different number on it, and be that player and that number for that designated play. And then when the play was over, run back on the sideline and take the big floppy, sloppy jersey off to then go play his position. And I believe there was a point, and I think it went viral last year during the college football season. I think there was a game where he forgot. And so, like, he was late on the field because he was trying to put the big floppy jersey on over.
And everybody thought that
it was like, and they thought that USC was trying to
pull
cheat.
some stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was on a punt.
Yes.
They thought they were trying to cheat, but what it was that they didn't have enough numbers. So the kid had to switch the jersey mid play.
Yeah.
So there you go. Jayden Daniels, what are you doing? And as the texter says, Bubba. It's not yours,
Listen, Bubba. Listen, Bubba.
That's Raider Sean texting the show. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app, hanging out with you until 3 Eastern right here on Westwood One Sports. It is a Thursday, which means we have Stock Watch coming up. So when we look at Stock Watch and we take a look at the 2024 quarterback class, how are they trending heading into this upcoming season? We'll answer that coming up next.
There's 6 preseason games tonight, and we're that much closer to the regular season. The Seahawks-Patriots Wednesday night opener is less than a month away.
I'm so
Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
We broadcast live from the great city of Chicago each and every day. It's Bleck and Abdalla here, hanging out with you until 3 Eastern. Now it's time to go on out to Parts Unknown in Colorado.
And the next question comes from the line of Raj Sharan with Westwood One. Please proceed.
Please proceed. On a Thursday, it's time to play Stock Watch with Raj. What's up, Raj?
What's up, fellas? It's time to dust off those sports portfolios we're buying and selling, and today we're doing it with a theme because there seems to be news about the 2024 quarterback class. Like all of them are kind of in the news in some way, shape, or form. So I thought that would be a fun theme for what we do today. And we're going to start with my guy, Bo Nix, who we found out yesterday from Sean Payton, not going to play in Friday's preseason game, tomorrow's preseason game with Atlanta on the road, is going to play in the second and third games at home as he's coming off of the ankle injury. So Abdalla, we'll start with you. Are you going to buy or sell the last of the 6 quarterbacks that were picked in the first round of that year? Bo Nix.
I'm going to buy Bo Nix stock. Last year, the completion percentage went down 3 points. The touchdowns went down by 4. His interceptions went down. His sacks also went down. But I will say that he looked better. Like, you can look better, but your numbers can also go down a little bit. And I do think the addition of Jaylen Waddle, another year with Sean Payton, I expect those numbers that went down to go up. The touchdown should go up. The completion percentage should go up. I think he's going to be better. So I'm going to buy stock in Bo Nix because another year with Sean Payton should help him. And maybe the not having Sean Payton getting play calling and getting the plays in on time might help. So
we'll blame towards Payton. Huh?
I'm just saying, not saying. Okay. Listen, we got sources in Parts Unknown.
Do we?
We got sources in Parts Unknown.
You know what? The
we
Bleck
got
and
good
Abdalla
sources in Parts Unknown.
We have good representation and coverage in Parts Unknown.
We got the best.
Agree.
We got the best people in Parts. We got the best great people. The best people.
Wonderful people.
Yeah,
I agree.
So,
points for both of you. Bleck?
Yeah, I mean, I would say I'm going to buy the Bo Nix stock because even though of the group, I think his high-end talent is lower than a couple of the other guys, he's still a really good quarterback. And even if he can't run, I think he's a good enough quarterback to figure it out from the pocket. I would also say they have a new wide receiver. Jaylen Waddle is there. So he should be better as a quarterback. I'm going to buy the stock on Bo Nix.
I'll be a homer here. A bargain stock for the quarterback on this list. That's the only one who's made the playoffs twice, has the most yards of everyone on this list, and has the most touchdowns of everyone on this list. The one who does not have the most in any of those categories is our next quarterback who got news this week that he is not going to be the starter in Minnesota, J.J. McCarthy. This is what he had to say yesterday, guys, about losing the quarterback competition. Run it, Roy.
Decision was made that was out of my control. And obviously, every competitor wants to play. But moving forward, it's just about continuing to work hard and just staying ready for when my number's called. You know, there's a lot of things that motivate me, but, you know, nothing's going to take away that internal drive. Regardless of circumstances externally, I'm going to focus on getting 1%, 2% better every single day. And this is just, you know, a speed bump, and going out there every day and attacking it the same way is all I'm focused on.
It's a speed bump. It was out of his control. This stock is bottomed out. We can buy it for pennies right now. Are you going to put some pennies down on some J.J. McCarthy stock, Chris Bleck?
I will not. I laughed.
I tried to get you to take the bait there.
I laughed yesterday when I saw a headline that was, I think the headline read, J.J. McCarthy will not request a trade after losing the quarterback battle. And I was like, what world have we entered in where if you lose a battle for a position, you want to request a trade? Come on, man. Get better. Yeah, I'm going to be out on it just because of the quarterbacks that were entering that class. Abdalla, we were on the air in Chicago talking about those quarterbacks because the team we were covering at the time had the number 1 pick, and they were going to take a quarterback. It was obvious that that's what they were going to do. So we were doing the research on all of these players. And J.J. McCarthy is from Illinois. He's from the Chicago suburbs. So we've seen him play in high school.
He is one of you.
Yeah, I mean, he went to Michigan, Big Ten school. At no point during the draft process was I in on McCarthy. So the way that he played at Michigan, translating to the NFL, where Michigan ran the football to a championship with defense and running, it wasn't McCarthy's arm. There were many games in the season to win those big games where McCarthy threw the ball like 15 and 16 times. And we talked about it at length. So even back then, before we knew he couldn't play in the NFL, I was out on JJ McCarthy. So I'm not buying the stock. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm also out. Adam Schefter was even on TV yesterday saying that he doubts that McCarthy will be back for the Vikings, just in general. So
Adam Schefter, he went to where for school?
Michigan
man.
Said something to the effect of he finds it hard to see McCarthy playing again for the Vikings. So
I agree with that.
Like barring injury, obviously. Yeah. Like if
Schefter's good, man. He knows.
If Kyler gets hurt, obviously
Schefter knows.
McCarthy would have to play, but getting his job back, something like this is going to be tough. So I'm going to sell. Like, look, there's always going to be a GM and a coach that thinks that they can fix a player like Jayden.
What about his former guy in LA with the Chargers? Could you see him finding his way there to back up Herbert and get some Mike McDaniel, Harbaugh?
I mean, he had a chance to draft him, didn't he? He didn't do it.
And he didn't.
So I feel like that tells you everything. And look, you could bring him as a backup, and that's something you could obviously do. But I think JJ wants a chance to start. You could also look at one of these teams that we talk about being in the Baker Mayfield sweepstakes. That if Baker re-signs with the Bucs, like the Falcons or the Steelers, that aren't going to be good enough to draft a quarterback, but need maybe someone they could try to put in a competition with someone again that they draft late in the draft, in the middle of the round, in the first round next year. So I could see that maybe he gets traded to the Steelers or traded to the Falcons or something like that. So I'm gonna sell. I'm not buying any JJ McCarthy stock right now, but I know that some coach will say I can try to fix that. So I don't think it's over for him, but not for me.
All right, guys, it's Stock Watch 2024 Quarterback Class Edition. Our next stock, it might be trading lower than J.J. McCarthy. He's in a quarterback battle in Atlanta, but he's also injured. He's not going to play against the Broncos tomorrow. Tua Tagovailoa is going to play. Are you buying or selling some cheap stock on Michael Penix Jr.? Abdalla.
No, I don't want. First of all,
get that away from me. I don't want that.
First of all, we talk about why hasn't Todd Monken just made the announcement? Why hasn't Kevin Stefanski made the announcement yet? Even if Penix comes back in 3 weeks? Because he said a week ago he's 4 weeks away. In 3 weeks, you've got a week and a half to get ready for the regular season. Dude, just name Tua the starter. What are we doing?
What if they don't want to name Tua the starter?
Why not?
Because they want Michael Penix.
You think that Penix is going to come back and in a week and a half be ready?
No, I don't, but that's why they clearly want Tua to
He's not going to be ready for any preseason games.
That's fine.
No, out, sell.
They pretty clearly value their draft picks. Look at the money they gave Bijan, the money they gave Pitts, the money they gave London. They like their guys.
But this isn't one of their guys. This isn't a Stefanski guy. He's not a Stefanski had nothing to do with this, with Penix. So, no, not for me. Sell. Bye.
Not for me.
Black, it's trading really low. You gonna make a low investment here, Black?
Yeah. I talked earlier here on the show about the $1 billion Powerball ticket that was purchased in Illinois. So someone won the Powerball last night. If you live in Quincy, Illinois, about 5 hours away from Chicago,
call your friends and see.
2 hours north of St. Louis. Congratulations, you are now halfway to $1 billion, right? Because when you take it home, it's like half the money.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit under half that you get to actually take home. So you're worth probably like $400 million today, right? Yeah. With that said, I don't buy lotto tickets, and I'm not buying on Michael Penix Jr.
All right, guys, now we get to the top 3 picks from the 2024 draft class. We're going to start off with the guy who's had kind of the quietest training camp, at least of these. You don't hear a lot about him. I did see some videos yesterday on social media of him hooking up with A.J. Brown. Are you buying or selling stock in Drake May, Bleck?
I'm going to buy Drake May. I think Drake May, and as this conversation goes along, we have followed these quarterbacks from leaving school to the draft process to the NFL, and I've loved Drake May's game all the way through. I think he's a superstar in the making. He needs some more seasoning. He's not quite there yet. Last year was great. I would continue to buy the Drake May because I think at one point, without giving away the rest of my answers, we're going to see multiple quarterbacks from this class be in that conversation of guys who are in the top 5 or 6 in the NFL as far as quarterbacks go, and Drake May is one of them.
Kind of feels like that Microsoft stock. It's expensive, but it's kind of safe.
If
you go,
it keeps going up.
Off, but it keeps going up.
Keeps going up.
Yeah. What do you say, Abdalla?
I like Drake May. I'll buy Drake May. I think that the constant comparison between Drake May and Caleb Williams is always going to be there, right? And I think that I'm always going to go back to why not both? Why can't both be great? Why can't you have 2 great quarterbacks from the same draft class? Why can't you have 3? Why can't you have Bo Nix or Jayden Daniels, which we'll get to in a little bit? Like, why can't you have all these why can't this be a historic draft class? There always doesn't need to be, well, this guy's better than this guy, and this guy turned out better. The Bears should have taken this guy, and the Patriots should have taken this guy. You can have 2 great quarterbacks from the same draft class. So I think Drake May is going to continue to get better every single year, and I'll buy Drake May stock for sure. Like, I think he's going to continue to get better this year with A.J. Brown and another year with Josh McDaniels. So absolutely, buy Drake May.
All right, guys, our next stock. He was the rookie of the year out of this class, and now he's being disrespected by his old alma mater for not retiring his jersey. Are you buying or selling your stock in Jayden Daniels, Abdalla?
I don't know, man. I'm selling. This just rubs me the wrong way. Like, I don't know. It's just something about it. Like, why? Why? You've got everything going good for you. Like, you're coming back healthy. You took your team to an NFC Championship game the year you were healthy. You just added Diggs. Like, you've got everything is going well for the Commanders. Why are you bringing this negative attention? What is going on? Why are you bringing this? Because you know he's going to be asked about it in camp. You know this is going to be not necessarily a distraction, but this is going to come up. Why are you doing this? I don't know if he can stay healthy. So it's too volatile of a stock because I've got 1 year where it performed really well, and I got 1 year where it missed 10 games. So I'm gonna sit back and let other people buy. I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna stay away.
And Abdalla, to your point of the drafts could have multiple great players, just ask the 1983 draft where 3 quarterbacks were selected, all Hall of Famers in the first round.
There you go.
Elway, Kelly, Marino.
There you go.
Right? Like you could have 3 great quarterbacks all go.
Sure.
And to make the Hall of Fame. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to buy the Jayden Daniels because I think he's a talented player. He just has to stay healthy, Raj. That's the question. Can he stay healthy? I don't get the LSU thing. This is wild. And Abdalla's right. Like, the story now is blown up because it is going viral that he asked LSU for his Heisman Trophy back. They get a copy. He wants that copy back. Like, that's everywhere right now. I don't get it, but I'll buy the on-the-field product. I'll buy the stock.
All right, guys, and our final stock today, and this one is expensive. This stock is going to bankrupt you if you buy it. The cover star of my Hammond, Indiana Bears edition of Madden 27. Fellas, are you buying or selling your stock in Caleb Williams?
Come on, buy. Yeah, we're buying. Of course we're buying.
Buy.
Raj, yes.
Buy.
We are buying.
Sorry, Liam Cohen. We're buying. Don't watch. You see what the NFL put it on Instagram. I tried to find it on Twitter. They only put it on Instagram. It was Tirico and Collinsworth talking about Haynes King running backwards. And then they're like, you can't run backwards unless you're Caleb Williams. And it was just like Caleb Williams season loading. And it was just all these Caleb Williams highlights. And it was like, man, Liam Cohen is so right.
They're obsessed,
the
man.
league is obsessed with Caleb Williams because it was from the NFL account. Like, it's from the NFL. And yeah, like listen, he's not going to play in the preseason. There's so much hype around this offense this year. I think the defense is going to be crap. But as long as the offense plays well, I'm buying, man. I'm buying so much Caleb Williams stock.
Raj, we're buying.
Yeah.
Caleb all the time. Caleb City, USA, Chicago, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams, Caleb Wilson.
Yeah.
We're ready to rock and roll. Let's go.
Both of them.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Buy it all.
All right, fellas. That does it for our 2024 quarterback class edition of Stock Watch today. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Raj. Appreciate you. Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Save on commercial auto insurance from Progressive. Get a fast quote at progressivecommercial.com. Raj made a joke about our favorite football team, calling them the Indiana Bears. It's not right. It's not cool.
Mean.
The owner of the Chicago Bears, George McCaskey, and the president of the team, Kevin Warren, just finished speaking to the media about 5 minutes ago. Are the Bears moving to Indiana? We will tell you coming up next.
There's still two QB battles ongoing. In Cleveland, it's Deshaun Watson or Shedeur Sanders. And Atlanta's between Tua Tagovailoa or Michael Penix Jr. When the starter's named, we'll let you know. Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
I think in a story where people could say that it's the probably largest eye roll you could give a story in sports over the last 6 months, it's been the story with the Chicago Bears and whether or not they are building their new stadium in the state of Illinois or they're going to move to the state of Indiana. Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports. We broadcast each and every day from Chicago. We've covered the team for over 20 years. We also have been season ticket holders. We're fans of the team. We live here, right? This is our team. And the entire way, you and I have pointed out every step of this process that the Bears continue to say a lot of words while accomplishing nothing. And that's like what Kevin Warren does. He's the president of the team. He used to be the commissioner of the Big Ten. He's running the Chicago Bears. He was up in Minnesota for a while with the Vikings. He's running the Chicago Bears. He spoke to the media about 30 minutes ago. George McCaskey, the owner of the team, spoke to the media moments ago. And it's their usual speak to the media before the season starts press conference type of thing. And people thought that there was going to be news today on where this stadium would be built. And you and I could not be more annoyed with that idea. Because once again, those two speak, Kevin Warren and George McCaskey, they say a lot of words and nothing's accomplished. Nothing has changed. The Bears still don't know where their stadium's going to be located. They don't have a target date. In fact, Kevin Warren today said that his wife told him to stop giving dates because it makes them look bad. Because the Bears keep missing the dates on when their stadium will get built. So once again, Kevin Warren met the media. George McCaskey meets the media. And the Chicago Bears don't have a location on where they're building their stadium. Now, some of the news that came out of it is that the Bears claim that their due diligence in Indiana is taking place and that there's a location that's a, quote, viable site, but nothing official. And that there's a second location not too far from the viable site that maybe they could put a stadium. Again, nothing official. So that's the latest from Chicago, from the Chicago Bears. There is no news today. They also kind of throw shade at the state of Illinois that there's been minimal contact because without getting too into the weeds, you know this with your favorite team. If your favorite team's trying to get a new stadium, there's a lot of politics in the background trying to take place. I feel like this is all posturing from the Bears to try and get the state of Illinois to cave to what they want.
Yeah.
And that's a tax relief on the land that they own in Illinois in Arlington Heights, which is a suburb about 35 to 40 minutes west of downtown Chicago.
Yes.
And that's it. And by the way, the other clickbait item
I was going to say, George McCaskey.
Yes, George.
Also said that the Chicago Bears will always be the Chicago Bears, whether they are in Arlington or Hammond, Indiana. They will not be the Indiana Bears. They will always be the Chicago Bears, despite what some clickbaity report was going around.
Oh, is that what happened yesterday?
Late last night. Yeah, that was sent to me like 20 times by 20 different people.
Yeah. So that's the news. The news with the Bears
is that there's no
there is no new news.
The news with the Bears is that the starters aren't playing on Saturday.
Yeah, for the preseason game. But yeah, once again, Kevin Warren, boy, all he does is just kind of waste time. I mean, is that the best way to describe the situation? We talked about this story in January here on the show, that people thought the Bears are moving to Indiana. And at that time in January, we said, don't believe it. It hasn't happened yet. They're dragging their feet, hoping that Illinois caves, so then they don't leave the state. And
I still don't believe it. Until
I know there's a lot of teams out there where their team doesn't play in the state or the city where they are named, right? The Jets and the Giants play in the Meadowlands.
Jersey.
And they're in Jersey, right? You have the San Francisco 49ers play an hour south in Santa Clara next to a substation.
Cowboys don't play in Dallas.
Right, like there's a lot of these examples. So it's really not that big of a deal. And quite honestly, where we're sitting in downtown Chicago right now, we are closer to the destination in Hammond, Indiana, driving-wise, than we are Arlington Heights.
Yeah.
Like, we could get to this site where they're looking at, doing their due diligence at. We could get there in like 25 minutes.
Still.
From downtown Chicago.
Still. I still don't believe that the family wants to go to Indiana.
Yep.
And this is leverage because Kevin Warren was dragging ass and trying to stay in Chicago because he was hired after the family already purchased the land in Arlington and came in and said, I can try to have a stay in Chicago, and convinced the family that he could do a deal to try to have the Bears stay in the city, and that ultimately failed. And now he's trying to do something because Kevin Warren came in and didn't realize Illinois politics is a lot different than Minnesota politics.
You don't say.
Mm-hmm.
It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. So once again, the Chicago Bears give an update on their current stadium situation and search, and they essentially give you no information. Back to you in the newsroom. So it's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. So there's the story. Hey, Abdalla, do you have any zoo news?
I do have zoo news.
Oh, zoo news.
Well, hello, Mr. Lion. Here's the latest edition of the Zoo News.
What do you have over there?
Let's actually go to Indiana, Fort Wayne, Indiana, at the Fort Wayne Zoo. A 6-foot-tall boy giraffe was born at the Fort Wayne Zoo this week.
Oh, look at that.
How about that? So congratulations to the proud parents, 12-year-old Faye and 16-year-old Aziji, or the proud parents of a 12-year-old 196-pound boy giraffe.
That's small.
196? 196 pounds?
Dude, giraffes are huge.
For a baby giraffe?
Yeah.
You're not even 196 pounds soaking wet.
No, I'm not. But I'm not a giraffe. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying.
A large male.
I mean, it's a large animal.
Officials encourage parents, visitors to be patient with the newborn, who may choose to stay cozy in a habitat away from the outdoors in the coming weeks, and will eventually be made available to visitors to pay their respects to the newborn giraffe as he wanders out to the habitat to graze and be seen by the visitors. So congratulations to Faye and Aziji. They don't have a name yet either. They'll probably do something where they have like a naming contest like every zoo does for
why am I
giraffe.
thinking you mentioned the giraffe? Yeah. It's just kind of like
it just kind of falls.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It just kind of plops out.
It just kind of plops out. Yeah.
And then the giraffe's legs are like all over the place.
So that's actually news.
Yes.
From Indiana.
Thank you.
At the zoo, Chris.
There it is.
Yeah. That's what is new.
at the zoo.
Little zoo news here on Bleck and Abdalla. Yeah, I was going to say, like, when you see the videos of
giraffes being born,
they
just kind of
just
plop out,
plopping out, and just fumbling around. Yes, that's what I thought of when you brought me that story just now here on Bleck and Abdalla. Jayden Daniels is upset at LSU. We'll tell you about that and his ridiculous request coming up next.
This is Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will be in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
That's right. It's Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app, Sirius XM Channel 375, and all of our great radio affiliates around the country. I'm Chris Bleck along with Adam Abdalla, broadcasting live from downtown Chicago as we do each and every day here on the show until 3 Eastern. And then Jim Rome will take over right here on Westwood One Sports. You can always call or text the show at 310-840-4910. We've had a lot of good reaction to this conversation throughout the show where Jayden Daniels is upset with LSU because LSU is giving the number 5 jersey to a player this season. Jayden Daniels doesn't want anyone to wear number 5 anymore at LSU, like he owns it. It's not retired. But he has a problem with the fact that LSU is going to allow DJ Pickett, a sophomore corner, to wear number 5 this upcoming season. He's supposed to be really good, too. Mm-hmm. So it's not like some bench warmer is going to be wearing number 5. Pickett will be number 5 this year for LSU. Jayden Daniels has told LSU that he doesn't want them to use his name, image, or likeness, according to an August 5th letter sent to the Tigers athletic director and department. The copy of the letter was obtained by ESPN on Wednesday. So he's annoyed that also, in the story from ESPN.com, Jayden Daniels is annoyed that he's not getting the same treatment that Joe Burrow has received at LSU. Meanwhile, Joe Burrow and the LSU Tigers won the national title. They were undefeated, and Joe Burrow won a Heisman. He didn't just win the Heisman Trophy. And so it's a weird story. And then there's now another report out of LSU that has been confirmed by people around the athletic department that a part of this conversation with Daniels being upset with LSU is he's asking for their Heisman Trophy back. The Heisman Trophy gives 2, one to the school and one to the player. Mm-hmm. Daniels wants theirs back. Like, he has his own. He wants their Heisman Trophy that's on display, I'm sure, in the football department, the athletic department. When you walk in, there's probably a display with all the past trophies and Heisman winners and all the hardware that the football program, the basketball program has won over the years. And he wants that back. This is a ridiculous story. Like, do you and I need to adjust our expectations as far as like the bar that is set for who is worthy of getting things retired and honored as we go forward in sports?
No, I think this is weird. Like, I think that it seems like Jayden Daniels doesn't want anything to do with LSU anymore. And I don't understand why. Like, what changed in the last 2 months or so, or whenever this was actually filed, and we're finding out about it now, between the school and Jayden Daniels? Why does he all of a sudden feel disrespected by LSU and their treatment of him versus their treatment of Joe Burrow? You know, like, why is all of a sudden he asking them to remove whatever they're using his picture around campus, marketing, whatever they're doing, and then also saying, hey, you can't use number 5. Like, first of all, number 5 isn't yours. Like, you just can't say you can't use number 5. Joe Burrow's number isn't even retired. 9 is not retired.
Right.
There's nobody currently on the roster wearing number 9. It might be like a wink, wink retirement type of thing. But I presume somebody, if they really wanted to cause a stink, could wear number 9. Somebody is wearing number 9. You said DJ Pickett, or number 5, excuse me, number 5. DJ Pickett is wearing number 5, but no one wears 9. And Jayden Daniels didn't win any team awards. That team didn't go to a national championship. They didn't win a national championship. He won an individual award, a Heisman Trophy, for himself because of other players, obviously, around him. It's a team sport, but still. And to ask for their copy, what do you need with 2 Heisman trophies? Like, that's the weirdest part. I can understand if you're looking for your cut, if you want your name and image and likeness, like the exact definition of that, and say, hey, I don't want you to use my picture around campus or on programs or on whatever unless I'm getting a cut. That's how I want to operate. That's fine. Look, I think it's a little petty, but if that's what you want to do, then fine. But to tell them that no one can wear 5 and to tell them I want your copy of the award, which I already have, to be in my possession, which LSU has already said kick rocks, no, is very weird to me, especially coming from a guy who we're led to believe is a very nice guy, team-oriented. Everybody says he's a team leader. Like, he's supposed to be like the character image of the Washington Commanders. And this seems very out of character for him to do. Like, what is his hope? That LSU is going to come back and say, here's a bunch of money so we can use your image around campus and we'll retire number 5 and have a big night of jersey retirement for you next season?
No, I think Jayden Daniels, I think his the hope for this is he wants to be renamed as instead of Mike the Tiger, he wants it to be Jayden the Tiger. He wants the
Jayden
school
1, Jayden 2, Jayden 3.
He wants the school to bow down to him. I mean, in the story, they have the statement from the Daniels spokesperson.
Mm-hmm.
Here's part of the statement. This is how ridiculous this is. Quote, the Daniels family is deeply disappointed and feels profoundly disrespected by LSU's decision to give Jayden's number to another player, end quote. The hell are we talking about? Those college football numbers. What? The statement also goes on to say, quote, Jayden made it clear that he did not want his number given to another player, and he believed his wishes would be respected, end quote. Quote, his Heisman Trophy winning season and everything he accomplished on and off the field cemented his place in LSU history. To see his number given to another player is incredibly disappointing and feels like a failure to honor the significance of what Jayden accomplished at LSU, end quote. Dude, what the hell are you talking about? You won a Heisman Trophy. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
There's no negativity in that.
Nope.
But your team didn't win a national title.
They did
not.
not.
How important do you think you are? That the school should just not ever give that number. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
I don't get it.
Like, I could understand. Like you mentioned, like, everyone deserves their cut. If they're making money off of Jayden Daniels, he deserves to get paid off of what they're making money off of using his name, image, and likeness.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt. Totally agree. If they are selling jerseys in the bookstore, he should be entitled to a cut of that, right? If they are selling pictures of Jayden Daniels posing with Mike the Tiger in a bucket of gumbo and whatever else you want in a big poster, he gets a cut of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, shout out to the Bayou.
Yeah.
Shout out to the area. Love New Orleans. Love the Bayou. It's great.
Yeah.
But the number 5, you don't own that. You don't get to take that home with you. That's not yours.
Yeah.
It's a number. It is such a, and the fact that that's real, that He wants the Heisman Trophy, their Heisman Trophy back.
Yeah.
Dude, how long was he there on campus?
He was there for 2 years.
He was there for 2 years.
He played in 26 games total.
Okay.
In his last year there, where he won the Heisman, he threw for 3,800 yards. He threw for 40 touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
Okay, and Jayden Daniels is from California, right?
And he ran for 10 touchdowns.
He's a California kid?
And 1,100 yards. Yeah.
Born in Fontana, California.
Mm-hmm. He also played 3 years at Arizona State.
Played high school in the, San Bernardino.
Mm-hmm.
Arizona State, he was there, then LSU. He's not from Baton Rouge.
Mm-hmm. Now,
what?
For comparison's sake, for comparison's sake, Joe Burrow, in his senior year, or his last year senior year.
Burrow, not from Louisiana.
Regardless.
Originally an Ohio State recruit.
Regardless. Threw for 5,600 yards, almost 5,700 yards, 60 touchdowns, ran for 5 touchdowns, and had a 76 completion percentage. Won the Heisman and a national championship. Like, what? In what world do your college careers
That's
compare?
what I'm saying. Like, it's wild.
You're both very talented players. One of you was drafted first overall. One of you wasn't. Like, you guys don't. I'm sorry. You don't. Just look at the numbers.
They're not the same.
You're not the same.
And honestly, if, I don't even think it would be, I wouldn't even agree with Joe Burrow if Joe Burrow was making that conversation. But I would understand if people in Baton Rouge wanted to retire 9, they wanted to retire the great players that were on that team and to respect and to show the great accomplishment of a team that went undefeated and won a national title. Like, I understand that.
Yeah.
Like, I get that. Do a walk of champions or something leading into the stadium or the Ring of Honor or whatever it is. Like I get that. You can call or text the show at 310-840-4910. Here's a text from the 806. When you think of LSU, you think of Joe Burrow and maybe Jamarcus Russell. Huge bust, but LSU legend, says the texter. You don't think of Jayden Daniels. I don't like Daniels anymore just because of this. The texter also went on to say from the 806, in the era of entitlement, how can you preach team with a guy like Jayden Daniels in the room? He thinks it's all about him. He isn't, is he threatened by this freshman showing up or something? He's a sophomore, but yeah, it's a good point. Like, DJ Pickett, All-American player, cornerback, really good last year. You're not going to be forgotten about.
No.
But also, when you make a 2-year stop at a school, like, you can't think that they're just going to bow down to you with every demand and request that you have. It's a wild story today.
You didn't win anything. Now, look, if this iteration of this LSU team goes on to win a national championship this year, maybe they do think of DJ Pickett a little higher than they do Jayden Daniels if he goes on and has a great season with Lane Kiffin.
Corners, defensive backs, they're not the same as quarterbacks.
I understand that they're not, but look, this is a lot of damage. This is a lot of damage to someone's name, image, and likeness.
Yes, it is. It's Bleck Abdalla here in Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Keeping with the theme of college, did you see the story this week that Michigan, for some incoming freshmen, will be taking courses as pass-fail?
Brother.
Michigan.
Brother.
One of the best schools in the country.
Brother.
Listen, do you realize what I could have accomplished if my classes, when we were coming up, if we were just taking classes pass-fail and it was that easy to get through? Are you kidding me? I'd be a doctor. I wouldn't be sitting here with you.
So they announced a grade covering pilot program for the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts for the first semester, where students will only receive a pass or no credit instead of grades that are listed A through F. The instructors and professors will still assign letter grades, but the students won't know what they are, and the students' final GPAs and final transcripts will not reflect those grades. So the grades will be meaningless. They won't mean anything.
Okay.
The professors will know what they get, but you will only get a pass or you will get a no credit. So, like, if you fail the class, you're not going to get credit.
Oh, right, because you can't tell kids that they failed.
Yeah.
So you can't hurt their feelings by saying you failed at something. So you got to say no credit.
Yeah. Dude, I had to take the science of electronics 3 times
Well,
when I was in college.
What were the
3
different,
times.
You mentioned a couple different schools where it's going to be the pass-fail, the different parts of the college.
Yeah.
What are those again?
It was the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts.
Okay. As someone who graduated from an art school, Columbia College Chicago.
Shout out.
If you can't get grades in art classes, in college, you don't need to take those pass-fail. As someone who graduated from an art school, I mean,
dude.
Come on, what are we doing here? Like, really? Is this, again, I think the second time today, we got to ask, are we just old and outdated, or are kids today soft?
No, this is soft.
I mean, what is going on? Pass-fail at Michigan?
By the way, guys,
Raj,
you may
what are we doing
of note, at Michigan, the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts happens to be the major of one notable former Michigan quarterback who is in the news this week up in Minnesota. So he would have.
Little JJ McCarthy.
Not surprised.
Why'd you have to throw little in? It's like, little JJ. We would just throw little in, like
That's
Josh
fair. He
Graham.
towers over Kyler Murray, so I got you. That's fair.
No,
Yeah, he was enrolled. I don't know if he graduated. I'm looking on his Michigan profile. Enrolled in the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts.
I'm just saying, as someone who graduated from an art school, it's not that difficult.
But also,
guys.
when I went away to
What are we
college,
doing?
I thought all
when I
art
went
was
away to
subjective.
college,
How do you fail?
my parents weren't like.
Thank you, Raj. Exactly.
My parents weren't like breathing down my neck about my grades when I went to college. You know?
Well, there's helicopter parents out there now.
I understand that.
I've heard of situations where the parents try and contact the college professors to find out what the grades are.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
That's pathetic. Come on. The college, let the kids figure it out.
Let them fail.
Let them figure it out. Did you also see, I saw this story the other day as well. This is from the Washington Post. Some parents are paying for the ultimate college experience. So when the kids go to college, there's a lot of kids that are going to be going to college soon, right? Like back to school we're in full swing, right?
Yeah.
We're in the middle of August.
School's back, man.
So school's going to get started here around the country. There are some parents that are paying for provided services where they clean, they do the laundry, and they do the meal prep for their kid at college.
No.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Companies are promising that they could save the students valuable time on their pass-fail classes.
What?
By being able to clean their dorm rooms, do their laundry, and then also do the meal prep for the students. Well, first of all, cleaning your dorm room, it's a small space. You don't need someone to come in there and clean it for you. Second of all, do your laundry. You can't do your laundry. Like, isn't the college experience about learning how to do all these things on your own if you weren't doing it before? And then meal prep, go to the cafeteria. What? Like, isn't that a part of, like, as a freshman in college, you just go to the caf wherever everyone else eats?
Cafeteria.
The food hall, whatever they have. What is that? Raj, what's going on here?
I don't know here, guys,
but
I don't like it.
Take it back.
I can't.
I don't know, but I don't like it. I
can't. I can't believe that we're giving kids pass-fail grades at like in real classes.
Real classes, real schools.
Real schools.
Yeah.
Michigan. Mighty Michigan.
Yeah. Times are a-changing.
Times are changing. See,
you guys didn't have meal prep services at Columbia. What's the name of your alma mater?
Columbia
Columbia.
Yeah.
You
did they have a meal prep? You didn't have a laundry
service. Yeah, the meal prep service was called the cafeteria.
Yeah. I didn't have like a private person making my meals for me. I just went to the cafeteria and got a chicken sandwich.
Who did your laundry for you?
I did.
Me.
Now, be honest. Going home and having
myself, and
mom
me.
do the laundry doesn't count. Like you did the
No.
laundry.
I did my own laundry when I went home too.
But that's crazy to hire someone. The parents hiring now. If you're a kid and you're like, yeah, hey, we're pooling our money together. We've got this house where there's 15 dudes living in one house off campus, and then we're just gonna pool our money and we're gonna pay someone to come clean the place twice a month.
Yeah,
that's different.
Do we think these things are getting
together-
bundled in NIL deals for like top kids of like in addition to your payment? Like, hey, we're going to clean
I'm
your
sure.
dorm room and meal prep for you and do your
yeah.
laundry.
Absolutely.
But look, if you're on a team though, you get all that meal stuff taken care of for you too, because all those teams have their own food.
Oh yeah.
stuff.
You don't have to pay for any of that
Yeah.
stuff and all the gear, all the free gear.
Yeah, free gear.
That's okay. All right. So that's the story. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. If you've heard of something ridiculous like that for like someone you know or their kid's going off to college, or you have a kid going off to college and they made the request of like, hey, mom and dad, can you get me the laundry and the combo platter of laundry and cleaning my dorm room for me? Can you just tack that on to the payment, the tuition payment? Text the show at 310-840-4910.
Do kids buy books anymore since it's all digital? Do you have to buy textbooks still in college?
I don't know.
I always felt that was a racket.
Oh, of course it was. It was a waste of time. And please,
sell
we've
them back for
documented
pennies.
We've documented here on the show, Bleck Abdalla show. We didn't read the books.
Nah, I ain't
so
reading the
we just they're big paperweights that we purchase, and then you try and sell them back, and then they don't take them back for the full price. It was
What
all
did you
stupid.
mean you guys wound up doing book reports without AI? We did book reports
Yes.
without reading the book.
Exactly. We just wrote stuff off the top of our head and submitted it for a grade. It's
called logic.
We went to the video store and we rented the movie.
Yeah.
It's outstanding. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports. We have a big holiday to celebrate, huge holiday, and we will focus in on that holiday to celebrate with our summer of football, and that's coming up next.
The Field of Dreams game is tonight.
People will come, Ray.
Twins Phillies on Netflix from the middle of a cornfield in Iowa.
That's my corn out there. You guys are guests in my corn.
Two teams in the playoff hunt with Kevin Costner watching on.
Okay, you must have heard that.
Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
We will celebrate a major holiday with the summer of football coming up in just a moment. We were just talking about how Michigan, for some freshmen, incoming freshmen will take classes pass-fail. And then we also were talking about how there are parents out there sending their kids to college where they're going to pay for cleaning services, meal prep services, and also laundry services for the students getting to college.
Ridiculous.
Now, the meal prep thing, I think you have to specify. It's not like the food hall. It's like having your own private chef type of thing, which is crazy.
Ridiculous.
Right, it's ridiculous. If you go to our YouTube channel, Bleck and Abdalla Show on YouTube, like and subscribe. You can watch the show live. Up there on the chat, they point out, I believe David in the chat wanted Raj to know that their sons have MacBooks that were bought through the university with the tuition, and the textbooks are loaded on the MacBooks. That makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense because we were talking about, do kids still have to buy the books anymore? So it's loaded on the computer that the school hands out. I get that. That makes sense. They also point out that the dorm, they have a pretty big dorm rooms, like an apartment, but it's all cinder blocked. So it looks like a prison cell.
Look,
that's what
listen, man,
that's what a dorm room is.
Man, I stayed with a buddy once in a dorm.
Yes.
And
cinder blocks. Yes.
He had
painted white
in his dorm room. I was like, he had one bed, and I was like, where should I sleep? And he looked at two piles of clothes. He smelled one pile, and he goes, "That's the clean one." And I slept on a clean pile of clothes, and I think you know who I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know exactly who you're talking about. Longtime guy.
Longtime guy.
One of the best guys.
Yeah.
Good friend of ours.
Exactly.
But yes, he's the originator of the sniff test. The sniffers, the NFL sniffers.
Exactly. And that pile passed the test. And that's how dorm rooms should be.
Text, you can always text the show at 310-840-4910. A text from the 208 reads, don't forget Cliff Notes.
Yeah.
Couldn't have graduated without it. Do kids still have Cliff Notes, or does everyone just ask Chat GPT for everything?
I just went to Spark Notes. I remember Spark Notes. Like, Spark Notes was, like, online. So, like, you can still go online and type in, like, The Great Gatsby, and, like, it still has the great, like, it still has it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, you can download flashcards of The Great Gatsby.
See, there you go. Raj has it with the correct title on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, except
it's
to kill a mockingbird, not
yes.
catching.
Yes.
Well, you know what they say: 2 mockingbirds in the hand is worth 1 in the bush.
Four in the bush.
5 in the bush. I don't know.
There's something. There's
Reggie Bush.
There's a Bush involved. Well, he's number 5.
Is he
retired?
Does he want it back?
No, and USC has their Heisman Trophy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that was the other story we're talking about.
He has his right now too, right?
I believe so.
Okay, good.
I think USC and Reggie Bush made amends.
They good?
I think everything's good. They had him back.
Good.
Fox, Big Nooner, they were there. The whole
Big
thing.
Nooner.
They had the old Big Nooner there. And so we were talking about Jayden Daniels as well. There was also a text from the 734 that said, "Guy, it's a different opinion than what we've been talking about. We think it's ridiculous."
Okay.
The text says, "Guys, it's safe to say you win a Heisman, you get your jersey retired. That should be the standard." Mike in Detroit.
I don't
So
know,
shout out
man.
Mike in Detroit. That's a different opinion than what we're giving. So I appreciate him texting the show.
I feel like Ring of Honor, something like that. But at a certain point, if you're LSU, right? If you're LSU, you're gonna have so many Heisman winners, you're gonna have to get rid of jerseys. Like, we just went through the roster. They have 2 of every jersey number. They've got 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 4s, 2 5. Like, you can't keep retiring jersey numbers. You're gonna run out of numbers. You're gonna end up having 3 12s and 3 13s. Like, I understand. I think that jersey retirements should be like the best of the best. You can create a Ring of Honor and have a night and say, hey, we're honoring you. This is cool. But, like, to have a jersey retirement, it's got to be the best of the best of the best.
3 players have won the Heisman at LSU.
Okay.
So it's Jayden Daniels. It's Joe Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the third? Heisman Trophy winner. Oh, there you go.
We're
Raj
never going
says
to get that.
Billy Cannon from 1959.
Yeah, we weren't going to get that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. I think as far as retired jerseys go, I think the national title has to be involved.
I think so too. I think you at least have to participate in it.
It's Bleck Abdalla here on, and Raj points out that Billy's number is retired.
All right.
All right.
All right. Cool.
All right.
Cool.
Burrows isn't, but okay. All right. It's a good conversation, and it's definitely strange. I don't get what the power trip that Jayden Daniels is on with LSU.
It's weird.
And
it's
why
weird.
he's like trying to, like you mentioned, separate himself from the school.
It's a weird way to go about it, because if this was more a behind the scenes look.
What if this is an anti-Lane Kiffin slant?
Apparently he and Lane Kiffin have talked. So, like, I don't know if it is. Like, I don't know if it's you would think it would have been, it wouldn't have been about Lane Kiffin, because Lane Kiffin, his players seem to get along with him. Like, he brought a bunch of players over with him. Like, I don't know.
Yep. Yeah. All right, let's celebrate a national holiday.
All right.
I appreciate you guys wanting to celebrate this with me, so this is fantastic. It will be our feature today for the Summer of Football.
I proclaim this the Summer of
Football!
What the hell's going on out here? We're going to be here all day, baby. I like this kind of party. Only Brett Favre could do that. I don't care what you say.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Just keep matriculating the ball down the field, boys.
We need a National Guard. We need as many men as you can spare, because we are killing the Patriots.
The Summer of Football with Bleck and Abdalla.
I throw, you catch. It's not that hard, okay?
Westwood One Sports, your home for the NFL, including the season opener, Patriots and Seahawks, and Super Bowl 61 in Los Angeles at the end of this upcoming football season. We are now 27 days away from the start of the NFL season.
Oh, man.
27 days away.
Matriculating our way through the summer.
Abdalla, here we go. we are celebrating National Left-Handers Day.
Oh,
so it's so great that you and Raj wanted to celebrate
Flanders Day.
I love this. I mean, I don't know if Raj even knows this, but I am left-handed.
You are left-handed.
So I am glad that you guys wanted to celebrate National Left-Handers Day with me. Summer of football. Here's our topic: the best left-handed quarterbacks in NFL history.
All right.
Who's your favorite left-handed quarterback? Remember, the spiral comes out a different direction than throwing it from the righties.
Yeah, it does.
So, if you're a Falcons receiver, you have to get used to the fact that not only do you have one,
you do.
You have two left-handed quarterbacks for the Falcons this year. Penix and Tua Tagovailoa.
Well, one's not playing right now, so you've got one.
Point is, it's same spiral.
Yeah.
You don't have to adjust. Whoever gets thrown in there. So as I started off, I think first and foremost, he's one of my favorite players of all time. It is just an absolute lock. If you said who's your favorite left-handed quarterback,
Bobby Douglas.
I would argue with you that I could answer that he's my favorite quarterback ever. Just left, right, both, whatever it is. Steve Young is my favorite quarterback.
Yeah, Steve Young is probably the best.
I loved watching Steve Young.
Well, he's probably the best out of all of them. Like, just stat-wise, accomplishment-wise.
MVP of the league.
Yeah, he's probably the best, right?
Yeah, I would say so. NFL quarterbacks, famous left-handed quarterbacks, some of the other options. Boomer Esiason, very successful.
Yep.
Michael Vick.
Yeah, Vick was just awesome to watch, too.
Raj's guy, Tim Tebow.
Yep. Tim Tebow.
Silence from the other end. See, here's the problem with here's the problem that I will speak on behalf of left-handers everywhere. We don't want to take credit for Tebow because the passes weren't pretty out of the left hand.
It was a unique time until Bo Nix beat the Buffalo Bills. He was the only drafted quarterback in Bronco history to win a playoff game.
The problem with Tim Tebow is that he probably should have been throwing righty.
Yeah, well, right. And when you describe a ball from Tim Tebow as a fluttering duck, it's probably not great.
Yeah,
probably not.
Perhaps
great.
the wildest game in any sport I've ever attended, at least near the top of the list, was when Tim Tebow, and I'm not saying it to poke at you guys, but when he beat the Chicago Bears in that game, to this day I don't know what happened in that game. I don't know what happened.
Raj, that had like a controversial play at the end, right?
The big play was the late Marion Barber running out of bounds, and that allowed the clock to stop. So they went for an onside
Bears
kick.
Running back at the time ran out of bounds. If he stays in bounds, the Bears can run out the clock. That was a huge. See, that's why. That's why I knew when you mentioned the Tim Tebow game. I remember the fallout here in Chicago after that. That was a big deal.
Yeah,
and the Bears had that game won.
It was crazy. He was like 3 of 16 passing until the fourth quarter, and then he couldn't miss. As they made the comeback, which was part of the weird Tebow story. But they still should have lost the game. They went for an onside kick, didn't recover it. Chicago recovered it, but Marion Barber ran out of bounds. That gave them it might have been 30 seconds left on the clock, and somehow Tebow got him downfield for the field goal to put an OT. And then I think Barber might have fumbled an OT.
It was. I remember here
in
Chicago it being called the Marion Barber game because he was the epic. He was the reason that they lost the game. The one thing about Tebow, and I've said this before, Tim Tebow in college is one of the best college football players I've ever watched.
Yeah,
he was incredible in college.
Absolutely.
And do you remember the mania and the conversation around Tebow?
Dude, it was nuts
when he got to Denver and that run where they made the playoffs. It was just insane, the coverage. All right, some other left-handed quarterbacks of note. Matt Leinart, not very successful in the NFL, but he won a Heisman and a national championship at USC. Mark Brunell, he was a good NFL quarterback for a while.
Yeah. We've got from the YouTube chat, youtube.com/@Bleck and Abdalla show. We've got, let's see, Kenny Stabler.
The Snake.
Yeah, Kenny the Snake Stabler.
Right, that's his nickname, right?
Yeah.
I said that, right?
And we've got, they mentioned Tua as well. We mentioned Tua earlier when we talked about the Falcons quarterback, the two Falcons quarterback, Michael Penix and Tua. Also, let's see, who else is on the list? I said Bobby Douglas. earlier as the Bears quarterback, the former Bears quarterback. I think we nailed them all.
The texters at 310-840-4910. We have a texter from the 541 that said Kenny Stabler.
All right, there you go.
From the 208, don't forget the best college quarterback of all time, Kellen Moore.
Okay.
For Boise State.
All right.
All right, so some good options. Yeah, I think Steve Young's the best. But I also have a bias because he's also my favorite player.
Okay.
From when we were younger.
All right.
I always loved Steve Young. I loved the toughness. I loved his ability to run and also his passing. It was great.
Right. Well, happy.
Who's your favorite left-hander?
It's probably Steve Young. It's either Vic or Young.
I'm right here.
Oh, I thought you were talking about quarterbacks.
I said left-hander.
Oh, Flanders.
Ned Flanders, a cartoon character?
Yeah, cartoon character.
Hey, Bleck, I've always wondered, when you were in school and they had those desks that are attached to the chair on the right, how do you do that as a left-hander?
Man. It's the worst. The entire world is slanted against left-handers, and it's not something we're going to take lightly anymore. It's not right.
You will take it sitting down from the right direction.
Yeah, the desks are for the wrong hand. I lived my entire life
driving
with pen or pencil markings on my hand because when you write, you have to cross against the paper and it smears on your hand.
Maybe left-handers should be allowed to take classes pass-fail to help them out a little bit.
Well, sure. Yeah, like I said, if I could have done that, I would have been way more advanced in my schooling than what I had. It's Bleck Abdalla. So there you go. Left-Handers Day. National Left-Handers Day. Your favorite.
Shout out.
Left-handed quarterbacks in the National Football League. 27 days away from the start of the NFL season.
Man.
Dallas is the most valuable franchise in football. Could they be passed by number 2? Who's number 2 on the list? We'll tell you coming up next.
There's 6 preseason games tonight, and we're that much closer to the regular season. The Seahawks-Patriots Wednesday night opener is less than a month away.
I'm so excited! I'm so excited!
Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
Make sure you check out the podcast of Bleck and Abdalla, the show on Apple and on Spotify, and also check out our YouTube channel, Bleck and Abdalla Show. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you to Raj and Roy for producing today's show. Jim Rome and the Jim Rome Show is coming up in about 13 minutes right here on Westwood One Sports. So evaluations are out for the NFL. The Cowboys are by far the most valuable franchise in the NFL. They come in at $15.5 billion. Now, this is all projected, right? Because in a free market, your valuation is based on what someone's willing to pay for.
Yeah.
Right? So we don't know how much or how valuable these teams really are unless they're on the market. And we saw yesterday the Los Angeles Lakers change hands, go up $2 billion in less than a year, from 10 to 12. So the Lakers now being owned by Bob Iger and one of the Kushner brothers. So they are now $12.5 billion for the Lakers. Cowboys at 15.5. So with Dallas being the most valuable franchise in football, could they be passed by number 2 on the list? Number 2 on the list, Abdalla. A little surprising to me because, like, you think of all the rich history in the NFL and the famous franchises. The Los Angeles Rams are number 2 on the list at $12.7 billion. They're catching up to the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, I don't think it's surprising. You've got a winning franchise. Everybody knows that they're going to be really good. They've got SoFi Stadium. It's a big market. I think that all that factors into it. And I think that the only reason that they would catch up to the Cowboys and overtake the Cowboys is winning another Super Bowl. If you win another Super Bowl, I think your value goes up. I think that's the
extended
the
winning. Maybe it's not just one, but like another 5 to 10 years of winning at this level.
Yeah.
I could see the Rams catching up to the Cowboys.
Yeah, it's all about interest, I think.
I think you also point out that the point is, like, if you asked people a blanket statement, what are the 2 best NFL stadiums in the league? Not saying like best atmosphere. I'm not saying home field advantage.
Yeah.
I'm just saying buildings built in the NFL. What are the 2 best buildings that are built that house NFL games? It's AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Arlington, and it's SoFi in Los Angeles, right? Like, don't you think most people would probably say that those two are in the top 5? It's those two. It's the stadium in Minnesota. I'm sure that's in the running.
Yeah. Well, and people say that
the new Vegas stadium is probably in the combo as well.
AT&T Stadium doesn't feel like it was built when it was built. It feels like a brand new stadium.
Right, exactly. So the rest of the top 5, top valued franchises in the NFL: Cowboys 1, Rams 2, Giants 3, Patriots 4, New York Jets number 5.
Okay.
So that's the list. So the Rams are gaining on the Dallas Cowboys as the most valuable franchise in the NFL. The American Red Cross needs blood donors now. Make your appointment today. Visit redcrossblood.org. Use the blood donor app or call 1-800-RED-CROSS. We've been talking a lot today about Jayden Daniels and what's going on with him in LSU. He has released a statement on his Instagram page.
Yeah, so this is just a couple minutes ago. He put out a statement on his Instagram page. It's in bright yellow.
Oh.
LSU colors, right?
Okay.
It says,
I'm a Tiger for life.
It said, well, basically, it says, I have been locked in on training camp, and that's my number one focus. I have a lot of gratitude for my time at LSU, and I'm proud of what my teammates and I accomplished there. Obviously, there are issues to be worked out between my team and LSU, and my hope is that it will get done privately.
Sure.
My sole personal focus is on Commanders football. I realize the business of football is unique, and I trust that this can be resolved. And then he put the little tiger emoji and the little raise hail emoji.
Okay, so do you hear that in the background? That's him walking it back. There's a little walking back there from Jayden Daniels. Also, the separation, his team.
His team.
Not him. His team.
His team.
Blaming the team. It's always convenient as well. All right. He wants it to be handled privately.
Yeah.
Okay, pal. Sure. Okay. At no point in that statement did he say that he wants to support DJ Pickett, right?
No,
the player that's going to wear number 5?
No.
Or the current team that's going to play college football this year, or Lane Kiffin, or any of that?
No.
Okay, that's a statement that's a little covering your ass.
Yeah.
There.
This is there's issues between my team,
yeah,
and LSU.
Yeah. My team,
sure,
my team
and LSU,
and that we should handle this privately.
But I'm going to put out a statement.
So he's mad that it leaked to ESPN and that people are now leaking the other side that he wants his Heisman Trophy back.
Dude.
All right.
It's not his trophy. He has his. It's the copy.
It's the duplicate.
It's the copy.
Do you want to hear, before we go and hand it off to Jim Rome today, do you want to hear from your favorite tight end, Travis Kelce,
First
talk?
of all.
Wait, what do you mean, first of all?
Not my favorite tight end.
You're a big subscriber to everything Kelce.
Nope.
You love all of their shenanigans.
Nope.
In fact, I think I saw something today. Jason Kelce was at the golf playoff. I saw the PGA Tour playoff, I think, starts this weekend.
Okay.
And Jason's there doing wacky, funny stuff.
Great.
Let's take a listen. Here's Travis Kelce talking about his wedding to Taylor Swift.
It was a fun off season, man. Wedding was the best night of my life. And I appreciate everybody who came out and celebrated and, had fun with us. And, that's about all I really got from that night. It was a crazy night. It was full of a lot of celebration, but it's football, baby.
That's all you got?
That's all I got out of it?
That's all he got out of it? Was some handshakes and some hugs?
I mean, you never know.
That's all he got?
That's it. I mean, after her album that was released this past year, where she was talking about, wasn't one of the songs titled Wood? Isn't one of the songs titled Wood?
Yeah.
She seemed like she was enamored with Mr. Kelce.
That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised that's all.
The large male.
Easy.
That's
all he got out of it.
He
glad they kind of had some fun. I mean, I don't need the details. I don't.
Sounds
like
you want them.
No, but the way he said it was like he sounded disappointed.
Maybe he was.
Maybe he was.
I don't know. It's not my business. It's not my business. I'll wait.
It's the best night of my life.
I know you're hoping for the demise of this happy couple, and you'll wait for
I'm thrilled.
Wait for the divorce
I'm
album.
so happy for them. I think it's legit. There is nothing. This is true love, and you are a supporter of love, Mr. Abdalla.
I love love. You'll wait for the divorce album.
Rome next.
This is Westwood One Sports.